Hello and welcome to AI, the cool stuff. Today we're going to be talking about new stuff that's happened this week, which is to do with OpenAI mainly, but there are other stuff around as well. So first of all, as always, we're going to go around and just introduce ourselves and how we use AI. And Steffi, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's Steffi Lewis, the 2-year veteran web developer, founder and creator of Your PCM, which is all about easy contact management for small business owners. Currently upgrading Splogit to version 2 standards, which will become my paid for service. And I use AI all day, every day. In fact, I'm using it right now,
Yes.
right there on that side of the screen.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Let me just and Jane, let's tell us what you do.
Hi there, Jen Chakravorty. Work for a company called Invicta Linux. We specialize in providing IT systems for small and medium-sized businesses with a strong focus on security and privacy, incorporating Linux and open source. And yeah, I love AI. It's amazing how quickly it's become a mainstream of our go-to in lives. You know, you got it on your phone, you got it on your, and in fact, we talked about Manus last week, didn't we? That David said
Yes, we
to
did.
remember that there's an M in front of it, which is a top tip, obviously. And
Yeah.
I did get an invitation actually, having applied for one, but I've tried to access it a few times, and it's quite complicated. I set it a task about analyzing SEO. But anyway, it's just failed every time. It's just the capacity on the servers. It failed mid-task. It told me which one it failed, and since then I just haven't been able to get anywhere near it. So it's
Mm,
super popular, or
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I think it's all about keeping the faith. Eventually, that they'll upgrade their servers and stuff,
Yeah.
and it'll start to work. A lot of them are like that um, when they first started out. So
Mm, mm.
and there are issues with certain things now. You know, like the new. I'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, Dave, Caudle, not me.
Good morning. Yes, I am Dave. I'm the career mountaineer. I work with people who are stuck in their careers and I guide them on a journey to understand what an ideal job is for them right now and to research options and go and actually make those jobs happen for them. So I was using I use it quite a lot now and it's quite good with helping people to generate career ideas by putting in their skills and their qualities. So, yeah. I'm going to mute myself because I'm in a cafe and you'll probably get lots of background noise.
Yeah, it looks like the internet connection is pretty shit, but that's, that's the too
Cafe
fine a point
Wi-Fi
on it. But
calling.
yeah, we can hear you. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Andy.
Yeah, Andy, Web Success Insights. I help people get more from their websites. AI, yeah, like most, use it an awful lot. Um, Quite interesting. This Google AI mode thing that there seems to be in the US at the moment, and may change my mind on ChatGPT and Perplexity, everything being the be all and end all, because Google seem to be starting to get their act together. So
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
the jury's out until I see it myself. But it's ever going to be leapfrogging, isn't it? Someone's always
Mm,
going to have something better than someone else, and yeah, I think they might get some. They might retain some of the market I thought they were going to lose if they get that right.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree because it's Google's really. I mean, the latest updates are a massive leap. You know, they're actually caught up with the other guys. You know, so like you
Yeah,
say, every week we say, "Oh, this new release is now doing best in the benchmark test." You know, and it's always moving around, isn't
This
it?
is
however,
Gemini we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
well, I think
Well,
it is.
AI, yeah,
It is, but it's also this thing called the AI mode, which seems to do a lot
mm,
more as
yeah.
well. But
Yeah,
we
there's a
can't
lot of
have it. We
stuff.
haven't got it here.
You can write apps and think, you know, there were lots of things you can do with it. Mike, tell us.
Yes. So, good morning, everybody. I'm a financial planner. I spend my life trying to sell products to people who don't want to buy it, but who actually definitely need it. That's the way of life, I guess. Uh, However, I use AI every day. I use a product called Nowstite, and in fact, I find it brilliant for lots of things. The key thing at the moment seems to be short-term video, short length videos, which is I'm doing a lot of those at the moment, and I may even publish a few now. You never know, but I'm certainly doing them. And in fact, I believe very strongly that AI is the way ahead. And in fact, I'm an avatar. I'm not actually real. So I hope we have a good day today. Cheers.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm David Harris. I'm a web designer. I run network meetings, and I'm a YouTube creator. Although I'm just about 99% short of being monetized, but we shall get there.
You put enough boobies up there, they'll
I've had
monetize.
enough boobs, the people will come, yeah. Oh, that was a bit of a Freudian slip, wasn't it?
Are you doing shorts to go with them? So if you do like,
I'm doing, yeah, I have done some shorts, yeah. So it's a learning curve for me because I was aware, obviously, I was aware of what happens, but yeah, so we'll have to do a week sometime of talking about YouTube because it is the second biggest search engine after Google, and it does get an awful lot of people on it, so it's obviously the cafe's just sort of rebooted its router or something because Dave's just disappeared, but I expect he'll be back. So
he's been ransomware because he was on free Wi-Fi.
that's right. Yeah. Someone's downloaded all his passwords.
He's now off the internet.
So that's the end of him. Yeah. Actually, I do know somebody who lost thousands in a McDonald's.
Lost the house.
Yeah, well, he lost thousands because he had because they managed to get into his email account, and once they had his email, they could do anything. They could reset passwords, and they just send you a reset by email. And he had this Bitcoin thing, and they just logged into his wallet via his computer, and it was a few years ago. Now they would double do it on your phone and everything, but they just sent an email to verify, and they knew his email address and logged in and transferred away about 20 grand's worth of Bitcoin.
Well, like that, my online banking, you've got to have a thumbprint to get into.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But this was about 5 years ago, so it was like they didn't have that double. Well, they had security, but not like they've got it now. So, well, this week, I suppose the big news would be OpenAI and images, Imagen or O4 images, depending on who you read. And Sora's connected to that as well. Sora's had an update, which is the way it's the creating videos. Sora's now got unlimited access if you've got an account. So you're not I don't know of anything else that's unlimited with videos. Unfortunately, it's still pretty crap. So, and I'll show you in a minute. But I mean, but the actual image creation is pretty awesome. You can do practically anything. And it understands what you want. The reason is, instead of like normally with an image generator, it reads your instructions and it tries to carry them out to the best of its ability. Now it's using it's fully using the LLM to understand what it is you want. So so you need to detail what's in your mind, and in theory, it should be able to create a thing. I'll show you what I did yesterday. I'll show you what I was up to last night after dinner. Let's just share my screen. Here we go. So I just I was sitting on the floor. I just watched an episode of Voyager and I put it on YouTube, and I read this thing. So I did a selfie. It's all in poor light. It's a pretty shit pet photograph. It was the end of a long day, and I just said turn this image into an anime frame, which it did. Pretty good. I don't know if this bolded this guy is, but But the thing that amazed me was that behind me, like on our settee and cushions, we've got all this Roman shit, all this Latin, Vini Vidi Vici and all that stuff, and it's come out really well on this image. It's sort of it's all there, and that's exactly as it is. And this is a cushion with a picture on it, and that's come out pretty good as well. The Monkey King on my jumper's not really come out. It's like some sort of couple of flowers, but I'll let it off that bit. So then I said, can you add a steam? The thing is, getting consistency through different images has always been pretty an impossible sort of dream. And now with O2 images, with O4 images, with
4
4O images. I'll get there in the end. With 4O images, you can have consistency of characters to a certain degree. And so I said, can you add a steampunk hat and have me standing in a medieval street? So it did that pretty good. And I thought, well, this isn't smartwear for a steampunk gentleman to be wearing. So I said, I just told it for reference that the original selfie is me. And it says, can you turn me into a Simpsons style character? Because I went off at a tangent. And it did it perfectly. And then it snatched it away. It said, no, we can't do that. I wasn't able to generate due to content policies. And create a different cartoon animate style. I said, get as close as possible without breaking your content policy. So then it produced another perfect image of a Simpsons character. And it said the same thing. It said, so then I was just trying to get it to do anything, and it didn't do anything. But
the problem is Simpsons is copyright, isn't it?
Yeah,
like your font there, just do it.
yeah, that's right. That's probably Nike or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't do that. I can't just do it. That's copyright. So
I like the scale of cats in Copper's Knob. They're always a lot bigger than they are in real life.
Yeah. So anyway, I managed to screenshot it before they snatched it away. So you can just see like the hint of the as it's coming down, it gets right near the bottom. And then I sort of screenshotted it. We did two. It had two goes, and both again. It's got the Latin shit on the cushions behind me. But
that is very Simpsons-esque, though.
I think it's very good.
It is. So it's got me there. So
when you're famous and you've gone The Simpsons, that's what they'll use.
That's right. Yeah. So we've got, as you see, as it's coming down, it builds it from the top down. So I thought, well, I'll have a go. So I did get it.
Create the image and then take it away from you.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. After it created it, it decided it was going to let me have it.
That's a bit bizarre.
It is, isn't it? So anyway, where was I? I'm back on. Oh yeah, ChatGPT. So yeah, I said do a different style. So then it come up with loads of different styles it could do. And then I said realistic cartoon style. So then it gave me a description of realistic cartoon style. So I thought, oh, okay. So then I went back to my steampunk thing, and I thought, yeah, can you give me a smart steampunk suit and make the background more colourful and less drab, because I thought it was a little bit there. It's brightened the colours up a bit. It's given me a nice suit, so that's okay. So, but it's kept that consistency of the image, So I said, create a meme, Copper's Knob, and at the bottom, coppersknob.com, which relates to my YouTube channel. It said first of all it errored, and then I told it to try again, and it did it. So it's created a meme with this. So I said, can you change the meme so Mom and I were two beautiful steampunk ladies in low-cut dresses who are either side of me? And there you go. It's added those in because it's a thing. It's nothing to do with my ego. It's to do with the themes of the videos that sort of tend to feature ladies with low cut dresses. So then, but it's put a gap in Copper's Knob at the bottom.com. So then I've just said Copper's Knob needs to be one word, otherwise it's perfect. And it just fixed it.
Nice.
Come back with the same thing. This lady here on the right is slightly different. I don't care. She was a figment of
A deranged imagination.
their imagination anyway, yeah.
Seems to be getting
that
better
was
with
good.
wording as well. Words.
Absolutely perfect with words, yeah. So then I've come up with this morning, I said, can we change the colours of the skin tones to more natural and the ladies to be dressed in brighter colours? Leave everything else as it is, and that's what it's done. It's made the sky brighter. It's improved the skin tones, and it's made the frocks, instead of a shitty brown and a dark colours, it's made them like a sort of red and a green. I would have liked them a bright red and a brighter green, but don't care really. That's fine. So I think that was good.
Could you do one more? Could you say the image is perfect, but can you make it realistic?
Yeah,
Just to see
I'm sure you can.
right, make it realistic rather than a cartoon.
Make this photo realistic. So then it'll need to think about that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it comes up with, because what it's done is pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I think it will. I think it will do that because it's and you can create images with transparent backgrounds, no problem as well. You just specify that you wanted I think the example I saw was like a penguin made of ice, and there it will create comics and stuff. Okay,
It is good, isn't it?
It's getting started now.
Not available on the API yet, but I'm sure it will be during my development of Splogit 2.
Yeah, and you can create like all the text has been perfect that I've seen. I've seen examples. Because OpenAI have got a video channel, and they've got lots of little like 1 minute 40 videos that describe different features, and it's so it doesn't take long to see them, but they're there. Yeah, it's taking. So
are you officially the mayor of Copper's Knob now?
Yeah, I think I should be. Yeah.
Well, you need a chain of office.
Phineas Cogswell's Cogswell is the mayor of Copper's Knob.
But that just happens to be you, isn't it? That's your alter ego.
Yeah. And his nephew Jimmy is the lead singer of Piston Broke, which is the group that sings that song. So,
are we going to get any more of the reverse trumpet?
Not yet. I might bring her back. I might try and get her to blow the trumpet properly, actually.
Yeah.
But
she could do a guest slot with Piston Broke, wouldn't she?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just in case it takes off, you might want to reserve another domain so no one else takes it. I can see davidsknob.co.uk is available.
Yes, well, maybe not. Because before this came out, I was just going through different. While that's creating, we'll have a look at that in a second. But I was creating different image generations. So I just did a certain prompt to see what prompts I get with different AI scenes. That was
nice.
That was DALL-E before, but make it photorealistic. I did say beautiful, and they're a little bit drab. I mean, they're not ugly, but they're I said make it vibrant and more colourful.
There's also a train in the carriage. There's something very wrong with that universe.
I know, yeah, exactly. there's things are wrong there.
That's
Make the
better.
image natural but bright, colourful, and grander. It didn't complete the image, and that was the current one. Grok did an okay job, but it looks like there's just superimposed. It doesn't look like look natural. Grok uses I can't remember what Grok uses now, but it's got uses another one. That's Grok. I
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good image, but obviously it's a train carriage. The waiter's going to have a bit of difficulty. The other guard is going to have a
The
real
scale
issue.
of the scale of that guy at the back. So the last one wearing a hat on the right is
Yeah.
off, and he's also in the table apparently.
Yes,
But,
that's
there's-
right.
but the second guy on the left is quite interesting. It's more realistic because there's always one person looking in a different direction, isn't there, in
That's right,
photos?
yeah. And the eyes are just not quite right. This is the biggest thing that I found with this is Gemini.
Train in the carriage.
Yeah, getting another train in the garage. But it's but you know, I mean, you can fix those things. You just got to rerun it. You have to run loads of these to get a decent picture. But Gemini's image generation has really improved. It used to be complete pants. That's Gemini as well.
I like that.
So that's quite, you know, although I was trying to specify I want the seats the other way round, so the train staff can walk down the middle of the carriage. It seems to ignore it.
Plus, there's no railway line at the back of that.
Yes, it's always
Oh.
garden.
There you
It's
go.
literally a carriage.
Now
in
that
one
worked
way.
pretty well. Again, that's Gemini. The carriage needs to be plusher. Turn the tables round so the waiter can work. And that worked, except everyone's sitting on their own now. But they have got tables for two. These two characters at the back, their faces have gone really weird. Or in fact, all the four characters at the back, their faces are terrible. So, and she's got something in her eye. So I think the further back you go, the worse the generation is. That stable diffusion.
I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Stable diffusion. This second from the
Very
left
wide
is a bit iffy. I mean, they've got iffy eyes, and it's there, so you have to keep rerunning it. It's a nice plush carriage, though.
It's double wide though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Double width for a normal carriage.
yeah, that's all right. We can have anything we like.
Oh yeah.
Again, stable diffusion. The eyes are still iffy. I mean, the guy on the right here looks like he's blind.
Well, he's looking at her bum, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I find. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry,
A lot of
looking at
them-
her bustle.
A lot of them don't. Again, the eyes are just not right. So that's mid
There
journey.
you go.
They're mid journeys. You always get a good image from mid journey. Just looks more elegant, doesn't it? More flashy.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's a mid journey one. Yeah, I know I have actually animated that one. So yeah, and I was trying to create cartoons. This was before last night. This was I was a couple of days ago probably. But that's the stable. I was trying to use myself as a reference image, and it hasn't really worked. And I was specifying no facial hair on all the prompts, and it didn't do very well. That's actually not DALL-E. That was yesterday. So that's 04, so 40 images. So that was, I quite like that one because it's a bit more relaxed, but it's they're all a bit but I think the stable diffusion one's quite good. I like that one. He looks like more like Dick Dastardly.
He really does. I was just going to say that. Where's Muttley?
So okay. Oh, so it said it can't generate the photorealistic version because the request violates. Well, should tell me why it violated its content policies. So it'll say I could do a semi-realistic one, and then it'll say exactly the same one. do a semi-realistic one. Let's see what it does. And the other one I'm going to go with is Sora. We'll see. Actually, this is fail. He's supposed to be putting coal in the furnace.
Mm.
Taking it out, reverse steam engine.
I know. This
It produces
this
coal.
one he's completely missing, and he's got some sort of weird double shovel. He's got two
Like
handles.
a drunk train driver.
I know. So terrible. And there, let's have a look. My media. Okay. Oh, so I redid those. Don't know what he's doing. Actually, this guy on the left needs to get working. His fire's going to go out, and the train will stop. It's not very good. This is a steam train. I'll show you the difference. I did this on Kling and on there. So now we've got. I've asked for the train, photorealistic images of steam train going along the tracks. I uploaded the image, which is pretty much as you see there, like that. And then what it's done is nothing. The wheels are sort of going round, and the second version is even worse. Hardly anything's happening. It sort of sucks a little bit of smoke in the chimney right at the beginning. That one's rubbish as well. If we go, sure, I've got a tab with Kling on it. Kling, this is my usual one, and that's what I wanted.
Oh, that's
That was first.
that's good.
Oh, but that was first time, so that's good. And Kling, I got that other lady on you. We've got the cat people.
Look at the size of that cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's
that
that
one.
Yeah,
Love the size of that cat.
that was. But you don't need very long prompts for these, So it's
Oh, I wish my cat was that big. Oh no, I don't, because he'd probably eat me.
he probably would, yeah, or even that big.
I liked that, except the scale of his head wasn't right.
I know it wasn't,
Too
no,
big,
no.
wasn't it?
But I thought, I don't know what, it's fancy.
Apart from that, it's awesome.
How many blokes with cats' heads do you know?
Well,
I've often had I had a conversation with Esty about Gimli, who's my cat, and what sort of human he would be if because in Discworld, Grebo, which is Nanny Ogg's cat, occasionally transforms into a human
yeah,
for nefarious purposes the witches want to use him for. And you always imagine what he actually looks like, and it's the same there. When I saw that, I thought that's really cool.
yeah, because that one was the
That's just an alien. That's not a real cat. It's an alien.
no, this one I didn't use, and you'll see why. She turns into like a Pixar character, doesn't she? She turns into like a cartoon character,
Cat's awesome.
It's yeah. So these are other ones. I quite like the way she turned out. The way she flies down, and then obviously we've got this one.
Always found I got chafing with my broomstick.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can. Okay, even a semi-realistic one is going to violate their content policies. I don't know if it's because it was originally based on an uploaded photograph. Perhaps we should. No, there was another. So this was one I saw somewhere else. I'm going to just paste it to give you an idea. It's visualize an infographic explaining Newton's prism experiment in great detail with a wide aspect ratio and a dark blue background. So I'm just gonna try that. Hopefully it'll do it in I sometimes I would normally start a new chat and I haven't. I would normally start a new chat for a new prompt because I've found that sometimes it refers back to the previous prompts, which I some of them seem quicker than others. So let's just go back to Sora. These are either images. It seems to have no problem making the because you can create images in Sora. It uses the same thing. So I was trying to get these. I did. I put in I put in some factors to for and that's rubbish. That's a really rickety old train that's going over some real rough things, and then that one's going backwards. That one's not too bad. There's that's I like the plushness of the train. This train's going sideways. So I don't know why that would be. This one, they're just stills. Again, I put in a thing saying that a 20% chance that a character could be Afro-Caribbean, and it's made them all Afro-Caribbean. These look like a load of gangsters off to do a hit.
It'd probably be better to use the phrase diverse rather than specifying,
Yeah. Perhaps I will.
But it should still understand percentages, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It does normally, and it did on other ones. This lady here's got 3 hands, and one with she must be related to Zaphod Beaverbrox, who a third arm put in, because it's her hands the wrong way around, and it's not really what I was looking for. These look, I say that they look like gangsters. These are images. They're a bit dull, but they're not bad. These ones I did previously. These are for
it's the exploding umbrella again.
exploding umbrellas, yeah. So not some of them are not really related to the prompts, but I mean
I can see the concept that you have fire blowing up into the umbrella and it lifts you off the ground. It's like a form of transport.
Yeah.
There's a lot of explosions and dead inventors.
That's right. That's the story, is that loads of inventors died trying to make get his head bent off.
Make a flying umbrella.
Like sort of died trying to get the automatic umbrella. And all it's supposed to do is just open up, it's steam powered and it opens up automatically when it starts to rain. Then it's
you could turn that into a kind of Mary Poppins thing, couldn't you?
Yeah. You see, and this one, he's got like an extraneous small umbrella, and then he blows up, and then he's still there at the end. So I mean, they're like, he's gone.
Yeah, I think they should be a form of mass transport in Copper's novels.
That's right. They could be, couldn't they?
Pop into the pub, press the automatic umbrella, and away you go.
Okay, okay. Newton's prism experiment. This is actually it hasn't done it. It's still creating it, so it's so anyway, we'll leave that.
Yeah,
I'll leave that running. But you see the principle. It's got it's got good. It's not quite put the M down there a bit, which it may rectify that when we open it up. But I mean, but the words, the actual text is good. So I mean, you can ask it to create a Facebook thumbnail, or I wonder if I went to because it knows everything. It knows everything about Copper's Knob. So
I just found a great image on Sora. I've got to share this. It's The Rock and what's his name? Somebody Hart. Is it Chris Hart?
oh yeah, yeah. Let me just go and share it because I saw a couple of Elon Musk, and he's sort of apparently with Sora you can do famous people now. You couldn't before.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not Sam Altman, then you can get your they can make a video of you.
Look at me.
What is it? It's been downloaded, has it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Right, okay. So it's yeah, that's it. I'm
Writing
president
very
now,
good.
yeah. Yeah, that's let's just try and download it, not open it. Never mind.
Alexa, stop. My bedroom Alexa just having a ramble to itself.
Yeah. But you with the O4 images, I've seen people creating any number of graphic designs for Facebook, creating a whole Facebook ad, and when you use the same chat as well, if it knows what you're talking about, you can create loads of different things. So I thought that was I think that's pretty awesome.
What did you use to create the Trump Musk thing, Steffi?
Oh no, it was on Sora. If you go to Sora.com,
Oh, right, okay.
there's a whole list of videos and images.
Yeah, gotcha.
And, you can just see them on there. I mean, here's another one. This is a really good one.
You can create them on because you can create images on Sora as well, and that counts as the same. And from today, Sora is there's no limit on the number of videos you can create, even though
they got rid of the tokens as long as you got a subscription, which is just brilliant.
Yeah. So, but I think it's going to take the things I've tried to do on it. Kling would save a lot of time, and pay the 35 tokens to create a video on Kling. And it's I don't know how many you get. You probably get about 20 images for $5.
There are a lot of Trump images on here.
Yeah.
Barbie Trump was fun.
Yeah. So we've got we go back there. Yeah, there's where's mine? I've lost it. Doesn't look right. Just looks wrong, doesn't it? So I mean, there are some weird kinds. I've seen some weird ones as well. Oh, is that Barbie?
Yeah. Well, no, that's a different one. The Barbie Trump was in the pink car
yeah.
at the top.
Yeah,
I love that.
IT manager, creature, human employee. Yeah, so I mean, it's let's say it's creating memes and adverts and things you can thumbnails that you would have. I mean, how much? I mean, I imagine graphic design business is going to be really hit by things like this. The same as the web design. There is still plenty of people that won't know how to do it, don't want to do it. So, but then there'll be a lot more people offering that service because it's easy.
I had a conversation this morning with someone, and they're a graphics person, and they were saying, yes, anyone can create an AI image or logo or whatever, but can they do all the brand guidelines and stuff like that? And I get that, but at the same time, I'm thinking most people don't care.
No.
They just want to get an image out there.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're a small business, I mean, saving 50 quid or 100 quid on a graphic designer is a big deal, you know.
Yeah,
No, so
absolutely.
it's and if you spend there was one guy on YouTube, he says he spends $200 a week on thumbnails and graphics that he said he wouldn't have to spend at all now. So it's that's
Yeah.
obviously, you know, he apologized to his graphic designer. He said, I'll still use you for other things, but you won't be
So,
doing this stuff anymore, you know.
so he felt that he had the capability without, any training or background to just produce the images that his graphic designer had been doing
Yeah, but he knows
previously.
what he's doing, and
Yeah.
you know, he's not like he's a complete noob because he knew what he wanted because he's very specific about the images he wanted, you know. So, but when you can
Mm.
type in that specifics into OpenAI or to
Yeah, it's
ChatGPT,
interesting, isn't it? I think
yeah,
it is not, I mean, it has happened before,
yeah,
hasn't it? I can remember when Ventura, I don't know if anybody remembers Ventura Publisher, but you used to be able to do some brilliant things like wrapping words around shapes and stuff, and everybody used it to do their own logos for a
yeah,
while, and
yeah.
it was so grotesque. They sort
Yeah.
of went back, I think. I don't know, but I suppose there's
It'd be interesting
yeah.
because we don't really know the capability of this at the moment. Because one, it's quite slow, and two, it's we're not really fully.
It's pretty impressive. Some of those images you
Mm,
Mm,
could like there's Vogue covers on there as
mm,
well.
yeah,
And it's getting so good now.
mm.
It's all about prompt engineering.
it is.
Yeah,
Prompt
I suppose.
engineering is good money. If you know, I've seen jobs advertised on contract for like 12 grand a month for a prompt engineer.
Mhm.
Well,
So
is that just somebody that puts in prompts?
yeah, yeah, you got. It's about trying to get the thing to understand what you want it to do. So when somebody comes up with a specific idea, you've got to be able to create a prompt that's actually going to produce the idea. Now you
Yeah.
can add ChatGPT to produce a prompt for you, um, but to create an image. But now, because the LLM is part of the image creation process, you might not need to do that so much. It might
Mm.
understand what you want more. So it's well, that's the theory anyway, I think. So we'll so
Yeah, I mean, look at this. That's a brand advert. I'm just going to drop that
you
in
can
the chat.
share the screen if you want. If you
Oh, it's all right. I'm just picking the odd thing, but I've dropped it
yeah
in the chat. I mean, look at that. That's a brand advert.
yeah yeah
Hmm.
yeah that's right.
Which is just,
The
Good.
North Face.
that you can imagine that just appearing all over social media for the North Face. So
Yeah yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, some guy was producing like little penguins, and he had a certain vision for it, you know. And then there was a he created like a funny cartoon with a dragon in it. Like it was three window cartoon. It was just a they called in a dragon to fix the laptop for some reason, and he breathed on it and burnt it away, and it was just like just a funny little cartoon thing, you know. But it was um but that's on the AI on the OpenAI YouTube things. But there seems to be so much stuff you can do with it now, and it's not it's not available free, but it's going to be available and on the free tier. Um, they were going to do it in the next few days on the free tier, but they've uh, put that back because of the usage at the moment is quite high. So they're just limiting it to Plus and Pro users. Plus is 20 quid, 20 quid or $20 a month. I can't remember. And Pro is 200.
So what platform are we talking about? Sorry, David, I lost the plot a bit there.
Chat GPT.
Oh, ChatGPT, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, that would be interesting to see that sort of the next gen is supposed to be this Manus thing, isn't it?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it'd be, well, can't get into it, but I'm just wondering whether that was what we would pay for a subscription for is just the history, which I know you do, David,
yeah.
but also the having the capacity when you need it, or
Mm,
at least being shoved up the queue a bit.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Because if you're if you pay 200 a month, then you get your images and everything done straight away. You jump to the front of the queues straight away. So it's not like but then 200 quid a month is quite
a lot of roosters.
You'd have to really want it to you know because
you can imagine a full-on marketing company down in London would happily pay
Yeah.
200 a month.
yeah, it wouldn't matter. Yeah,
It would,
that's right,
yeah.
because they speed us out. But I've always got something else to do. If I kick an image off, I can do something else while it's churning up, you know. And then it tells me it can't do it because it violates some stupid policy they've got, you know. But that's the only thing, you see, because I couldn't use because you can use certain terms to get like sort of low cut, or you can use for a Victorian dress, or you can use you know a different style of top. I can't remember what I used, but they didn't. I well, with one of them, I had to use plunging neckline, and then the other one I found did work with Sora is a low neckline. It allows that in, and then it does show cleavage then, but it's not. But it's quite again, it's all about prompting, isn't it? You know, sort of knowing what works and what doesn't.
Knowing what to ask so you don't get banned from the site completely, because that's a thing as well now.
But I've you know, and ChatGPT, it can write. I've been doing descriptions on the because I tell it if I'm doing a new video, I tell it what I'm doing, so it builds up the database, and then I can ask it to write a description for the YouTube video, and it'll just go ahead and write that sort of full description, you know.
So you're using ChatGPT as your prompt engineer, really?
Yeah. Well, it's not really writing the prompts. It's just writing like the YouTube description is quite important because it's got keywords in it, and it's all part of the SEO. You know, YouTube SEO is not complicated. You know, it's not. It's fairly straightforward. You don't need because you've only really got the description and the title and things like that. There's only certain things you can do. I was looking at something else the other day. I spent chat Teams, Abacus. I'll quickly show you this. I know we're running out of time. It's one I looked at yesterday. I suppose it works in a similar way to NowSite in that it gives you lots of different facilities for different things, but you can do practically anything on Abacus, and it's you can create codes, you can create image, you can use any of these different engines. You can create images, you can generate images, you can use Kling. These are all the latest versions as well. VO2, Kling, Paleo, and it seems quite good value. If you're a low, I mean, I have paid for a month subscription, but it's only $10. But if you're not a high user and you want to create some videos, and it's got human eyes, I haven't really gone through everything that it does, but I think it's for low users, I think it's brilliant. And it's got probably everything. It's got something called AI engineering. I don't even know what that does. I know you can create a custom chatbot. So I already used something for that. So I haven't tried it yet, but I just think it's I think it's something that's what was it called? Chat LLM Teams or something. But there it is. So I think it's if people have got like you only want to create the odd video, like obviously if you're creating a YouTube video like I do, like an AI video, you need loads of videos to make up a 5-minute video. So it's because you've got to do it one scene at a time. But to do like the odd ad and things, I think it's worth looking at. So we'll have a better look at that. And the other thing was phrase.ai. It's something else that I haven't really managed to get to play with. But there's it's about finding keywords.
It's expensive, but it's.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether it's going to be superseded.
What phrase?
Yeah,
Yeah.
phrase has been around for a while.
Yeah. Because I haven't played with it, but I mean,
It's good from the point of view that you can put in content to a website page and it will go off and it will just say, you need to add this, you need to do this, you need to do this all in one go to
yeah,
build it up to a certain point. But
right.
it has a certain cost.
Yeah. It says you can try for free, doesn't it? So I mean,
Don't they all?
but it's yeah, it's $45 a month, isn't it, for the basic?
Yeah, the basic's not actually good enough. You need the next level.
Right. Yeah. So which is 115.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you use it for exactly, Andy?
I don't actually use it. I looked at it, but I didn't actually buy into it. The idea is you got a website page, for example, you want to be visible. You put it into it, it looks at all the competition, it makes suggestions of things you can change with the text and etc. It will go off, it will write stuff, it will yeah, it's been around for quite a while, sort of almost like pre-AI
Yeah, I
days.
think they said it's been updated to
Yeah, I think that there are other things out there that are doing similar jobs. Another one is called, where can I find it? Is it called Key Search? Yeah, keysearch.co. Similar sort of thing. Their pricing is like $24 to $48 a month. Similar sort of stuff. Really, it's the sort of thing, if you were going to do a lot of this stuff, you might pay for it, but you might have a web developer agency who has that to do it.
Yeah.
The
I guess if
standard
you're an agency, it would be better. Yeah. Sorry, Jane, carry on.
No, I was just going to say the standard sort of CEO prices seem to be about 300, start at 350 a month. So I suppose if you did want to do it yourself and understood what you were doing, then perhaps these models would be good.
Oh yeah, there's lots of SEO tools for around the 100 a month, but yeah, they're starting to go down in price. Some of them. It really does depend what you want to be visible for and how much time you're going to put into these tools.
Yeah, and I think with with what we were talking about earlier, before long you're going to get an AI like Manus or something. You can just program it in and it'll go off and do it for you.
Well, that's what I was sort of trying to do. And it got to task 5. It was given this itinerary of the tasks it was performing.
Yeah.
And then I had a nervous breakdown or something. It was extraordinary.
But you can just describe in English what it is you want it to achieve and go in and create the code for you and go off and do it. So it is. I'm sure there are others that will be coming out or may well be already out that's actually going to do tasks as well. So, and I'm sure the big guns will be coming up with that sort of stuff as well. But it's going to be a lot of jobs in danger, isn't it? So, but you can't stop it.
Phrase have got an update. This is how they're obviously adapting to the market. They used to just have a subscription model. They've now got a pay-as-you-go model where you can pay $3.50 to generate
Yeah. I suppose
Yeah.
if you did all the pages on your website or something, I suppose it would be it wouldn't be too bad. I suppose if there were one-offs, but is it something you have to keep doing? I suppose to.
Well, I mean, if it's a article, if you wanted to write an article on whatever it is, you could create one article in there for $3.50 by the looks of it. I've not tried it, funny enough. I might give it a go at some point just to see what it does.
Yeah, and see how it performs, because it's that's the thing, isn't it? Trying to get it. There's so much competition, and there's so much. I mean, I hate to think how much content's been created each day now with AI and everything. So I mean, it's and it doesn't really matter. I mean, according to Google, it doesn't matter that it's been generated by AI. It's the usefulness of the content that matters.
That comment changed from Google.
Yeah, it is.
They were like, "Oh, if it's AI, we're going to downgrade it." But
they just changed one word. They just got rid of the word human.
You're going to end up with what I call a stalled internet, because everything's going to be generated by AI, and all the LLM models are going to be reading AI stuff to create their models, which will just generate more AI. So eventually the entire internet is just going to stall because it's just all AI content.
Yeah, but I don't. AI detectors aren't particularly good, though, are they? At least not at the moment.
No.
Completely.
I've written stuff by hand that's been failed by AI.
Me too.
And I've also written AI stuff or had AI stuff created that passed. So all this talk, I think when you look at university level, a lot of it is just threatening the students. You've got to write this yourself because we run it through an AI scanner, Whether they do or not is a completely different matter.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a good thing about actually sitting down to an exam, a physical exam, rather than just having an assessment.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a completely different subject. Apologies.
No, I think that's a good point, actually. That's a good point, because when people write these theses, because they were saying that some of these sort of deep research and everything is as good as a PhD sort of research. I mean, people can do it anyway and then just copy it and write it in their own words, I suppose. But it's
well, my theory of the stalled internet goes one step further, because if everything on the internet is created by AI, and then AI is learning from everything on the internet, is that when we reach the singularity and end up with sentient internet?
Far out.
Where's it going to get new information from? Because any new research or anything ends up on the internet, and then it gets picked up anyway.
I reckon that's when we hit the singularity.
Good. Right, I'm going to stop recording.